This is the L2C Media Network, and this is the BAXLEY Sports Final, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. Now, with the headlines and details of a wild Saturday night in sports, or even Saturday as well. Here's Steve, the Baxman, Baxley. Hey, hi, how are you? Good evening, good morning, depending on how you're looking at things. And thank you, John Moxley, for making this night rather eventful. Can we get the camera up a bit, please? Cool. There we go. All right. There we go. Howdy do, everybody. And we have some major news for you tonight. There will be a new number one in college football. Just happened a few moments ago. Let us give you all that in a bag of chips. That's right. It is time now for what we like to call the headlines. And believe me, we got some wild headlines, including a... How you doing? Including a double overtime upset. You will not believe it was heavenly. We're also going to give you the results of tonight's action with AEW's Full Gear. All that and a whole lot more. Let's get to everything going on. First, let's take you to college football. We have two games that are still in progress early on. Actually, both of them about to go to the half. Well, one is, and the other one is early in the second. Let's tell you what we mean right now. All right. In just a few moments, we'll pop up the scoreboard for college football. And it was a wild day and night in college football. In fact, I'm still wearing my Michigan State Spartan thing, so if you will allow me the moment to just take that off and expose myself. No, there we go. Okay, let's get this puppy going. And we start off first with two games that are still going on as we speak because they were obvious late starters. 4:10 left to play before the half. It is Oregon State and Washington State tied at 7 apiece. And still early in the second, New Mexico leads Hawaii by a score of 20-7. Now let's take you to the finals. The final scores. And there were some big scores for you tonight. Let's go to it. North Carolina defeated Duke 56-24. Number 22 ranked Texas outlasted West Virginia 17-13. 18th ranked SMU over Temple 47-23. Georgia State over University of Louisiana Monroe 52-34. Tulane, a 38-21 winner over East Carolina. Memphis, a 34-33 winner over South Florida. 20th ranked USC survived a scare by Arizona State 28-27. 25th ranked Liberty survived their own scare over Virginia Tech 38-35. Iowa, after Michigan State beat Michigan, they went to Iowa, and boy, they came back humbled. How humbled? Iowa 49, Michigan State 7. An embarrassment of a game indeed. 49-7. Iowa had the lead in the first quarter 14-0 in the first quarter, and they never looked back. And another final score, 13th ranked Indiana defeated 23rd ranked Michigan 38-21. How much you want to bet Michigan falls out of the top 25? Northwestern over Nebraska 21-13. Louisiana over Arkansas State 27-20. Georgia Southern over Troy 20-13. Boston College over Syracuse 16-13. 16th ranked Marshall over Massachusetts 51-10. Appalachian State over Texas State 38-17. Southern Miss over North Alabama 24-13. Mississippi State over Vanderbilt 24-17. Maryland over Penn State 35-19. Minnesota over Illinois 41-14. 19th ranked Oklahoma over Kansas 62-9. I'm on the air. I'm on the air. I could tell it's cold air, but I don't know what you want me to do. Do you want me to call Aspen Heating and Cooling and have them come up here and come inside? Well, it's up to you. Okay. Forgive us, folks. We do this show here in a very nice place, and sometimes we forget where we are. Anyway, let's keep going. TCU over Texas, 34-18. Fresno State over UNLV, 40-27. 6th ranked Cincinnati, a 38-10 winner over Houston. 8th ranked Florida pounded the can of 5th ranked Georgia, 44-28. Pittsburgh over Florida State, 41-17. 14th ranked Oklahoma State over Kansas State, 20-18. Florida Athletic over Western Kentucky, 10-6. Colorado over UCLA, 48-42. 17th ranked Iowa State over Baylor, 38-31. 7th ranked Texas A&M over South Carolina, 48-3. Arkansas over Tennessee, 24-13. 3rd ranked Ohio State over Rutgers over Easy, 49-27. They may be the new number 1 team in the nation. 12th ranked Oregon over Samford, 35-14. This one just ended. 2 overtimes. We are going to have a new number 1 team. We just don't know who it's going to be, as 4th ranked Notre Dame defeated and out-hustled number 1 ranked Clemson 47-40. 15th ranked Coastal Carolina over South Alabama 23-6. And the games that were postponed, and were they? We had we had some games postponed, 2 canceled. Air Force Army were postponed. Tulsa Navy postponed. Arizona Utah postponed. UTSA and Rice postponed. Charlotte and Middle Tennessee postponed. Florida International and UTEP postponed. Louisiana Tech and North Texas postponed. Purdue, Wisconsin, 10th ranked Wisconsin were canceled, as was Washington and California. And that is your college football games. Wow. And if you didn't get the games from the other nights, we repeat them. 11th ranked Miami of Florida over North Carolina State, 44-41. San Jose State over San Diego State, 28-17. BYU, number 9 ranked BYU over 21 ranked Boise State, 51-17. Nevada over Utah State, 34-9. Colorado State over Wyoming, 34-24. And Kent State over Eastern Michigan, 27-23. Western Michigan over Akron, 58-13. Central Michigan over Ohio, 30-27. Miami of Ohio over Ball State, 38-31. Buffalo over Northern Illinois, 49-30. And Toledo over Bowling Green, 38-3. That is your college football recap from tonight and the entire week 10. Next week, it's week 11. So, as they say, keep it here. Bottom of the hour, we have the Rabbi's Picks, and he joins us live via audio. So stand by for that. But right now, let's give you some more headlines. And the National Football League Players Association is going to investigate a complaint over security cameras that were placed in the New York Jets locker room. Wow. That's right. The NFLPA is investigating accusations of privacy invasion with regards to security cameras that were placed inside the New York Jets locker room, according to an ESPN report. The locker room in question is at the team's training facility in Florham Park, New Jersey, and not at the MetLife Stadium. Players were reportedly not aware of the camera's existence. The NFLPA Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you. Players were reportedly not aware of the camera's existence. The NFLPA reached out to the league about this issue, and they received a direct response about it. The organization will be checking to see if the cameras violate the collective bargaining agreement, and if they do, action will be taken. The league, per the ESPN report, strongly believes that the cameras, which have been in the facility since 2008, do not break any rules. They were installed at the time of the facility's construction 12 years ago, and footage is only retained for a rolling basis every 30 days. Members of the building security detail check the footage only when they absolutely have to, usually in response to a theft or a report of unauthorized access. The Jets also maintain that they didn't break any rules in the CBA, nor that they broke any New Jersey laws. The strongest case for both the franchise and the league is that players in the past have allegedly asked for footage to be reviewed when things went missing or were stolen. When ESPN asked 4 former Jet players about the cameras, 2 said they were not aware of their existence, while the other 2 said they knew they were there because security had helped players with missing valuables. And this continues on. Okay, 11 minutes past the hour of 12. Don't forget, bottom of the hour, we got the Rabbi making his picks and keeping them right. At least we hope. We haven't updated the board yet, but we will. So, as I say, hang loot, stay tuned. Okay. After getting outscored 163-6 against Penn State over the past 3 seasons, Maryland earned revenge in a significant way today as the Terrapins walloped the Nittany Lions 35-19 on the road behind a huge first half from quarterback Talulia Tagovailoa. The loss drops Penn State to 0-3 for the first time since 2001 and improves Maryland to 2-1 a year after Terrapins struggled to a 3-9 record in Coach Mike Locksley's first season. I'm just going to call this person a nickname. Tago completed 14 of 9 passes in the first half for 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and finished with 282 yards passing, as the Alabama transfer continued his remarkable turnaround from a lackluster season-opening performance in a 43-3 loss at Northwestern on October 24th. Maryland looked more like the team that lost 7 straight games in the 2019 season rather than a team ready to make a huge step forward. Maryland finished with just 207 total yards in that game, as Tagovailoa completed just 14-25 passes for 95 yards and 3 interceptions. But the younger brother of former Alabama star and current Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa found his stride in a 45-44 overtime win against Minnesota last week. Tagovailoa threw for 394 yards, 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception in the narrow win over Minnesota. But even after such an impressive outing, the Terrapins entered Saturday's game against Penn State as 27.5-point underdogs. Maryland quickly showed that to be a laughable position, to be a laughable proposition as it opened up leads of 21-0, 35-7 on Penn State. The Terrapins have plenty of reason for optimism with the way they have played the past 2 weeks, but they will need all the magic of the past 2 weeks and more when they host number 3 Ohio State next week. Meanwhile, Penn State heads to Nebraska next week in a battle of historically proud programs that are both winless thus far. 14 minutes after the hour of midnight, we're on the air until 1 a.m. Man, everybody goes late, doesn't it? Yes. All right. In the world of horse racing, let's give it to you straight. We had the grand finale of the horse racing season, the Breeders' Cup World Championships. That's right. Authentic won the 2020 Breeders' Cup Classic on Saturday by a margin of 2.5 lengths, not only beating late odds favorite Tiz the Law, but also beating out one of the most talented racing pools for this competition in years. And what should come as no surprise, a Bob Baffert horse has once again helped add another record for a legendary trainer's career. While it was Tiz Law who had the best break from an opening gate, it was Authentic that took the early lead from the rest of the pack and held on to it firmly for the entirety of the race. There were moments when the league shrunk early on, but during the final stretch, Authentic showed out his talent and doubled the length of his lead by the time he crossed the finish line. Now, for the results, Authentic 4-1 odds wins 1040, place 540, and show 420. Improbable 7.5 odds, 480 to place, 320 to show, and global campaign of 25-1 favorite only got $8.08 to show. The $2 exacta of 9-8 paid $45.40. The dollar trifecta of a 9-8-7 is $335 and 90 cents. Sorry for yawning. And the buck superfecta of 9-8-7-1, well, that would have broke the bank, $3,355.50. That was fun. That was truly incredibly fun. Yes. That was wild. Gotta make that good. Okay, in boxing news, let's give it to you. This year in boxing is filled with rising stars in the lightweight division trying to make their mark. 21-year-old Devin Haney was the latest 135-pound star to do so, retaining his WBC World Championship with a wide decision win over Yuriorkis Gamboa on Saturday inside Seminole Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Haney quickly established the rhythm of the fight, locking down distance and working off the jab. Gamboa, the shorter fighter, was forced almost immediately out of his element, stuck at a range where he could effectively get his shots to the chin of Haney while getting slowly picked apart. Haney kept the rhythm through the majority of the fight, with Gamboa unable to get off effective offense. Haney was able to slickly move and pick him off while piling up round after round after round on the scorecards. Down the stretch, Haney tried to amp his offense, trying to score a knockout and make a statement while Gamboa's chin held up. Hey. Surprisingly, given that he had suffered 15 knockouts in his professional career, the increase in power punching from Haney forced the challenger to clinch frequently, leading to a point deduction for holding him round 11. The point deduction wasn't needed for Haney, however, as Gamboa's chances on these scorecards had long since faded. I thought we'd air this in kindness, but This is the Sports Final. I am Steve, the Baxman Baxley. And the victory does keep alive a potential lightweight unification bout with Teofimo Lopez, who now holds the IBF, WBO, and WBA world titles after a stunning defeat of Vasily Lukashenko in October. And he has made noise about Lopez needing him to lay claim to being an undisputed champion, but has been met with criticism from many for taking a fight with Gamboa, who is not viewed as a top fighter at 135 pounds and is largely considered nearly a decade past his prime, while fighting 2 weight classes above his best. Fellow young star Ryan Garcia has his own big fight coming up, meeting former Luke Campbell in what is considered a big step down for a 20-year-old. Also, WBA regular lightweight champion Gervonta Davis. Now, anyway, where was I here? Oh, boy. As we said, the victory keeps alive potential lightweight unification bout with Teofimo Lopez, who now holds the IBF, WBO, and WBA world titles after his stunning defeat of Vasily Lukashenko in October. Haney has made noise about Lopez, needing him to lay claim to being an undisputed champion, but has been met with criticism from many asking to fight in person. Yeah, I said, okay. And let's just see this. Let's see. Sorry about the misunderstanding. Okay. I'm starting to fall asleep, so sorry about that, guys. I don't know if we can edit, but we're going to try. Okay. Regular lightweight champion Gervonta Davis knocked out Gamboa this past September, is coming off a devastating knockout of the year candidate against Leo Santa Cruz in a Halloween night pay-per-view headliner. Even with the criticism of the matchmaking and the young lightweights making bigger moves, Haney did accomplish his primary job and scored the win to remain world champion and stay in position for bigger and better fights. And he made it clear that a fight with Lopez was a top item on his wish list. And that's your look at boxing and a person falling asleep. It's 22 minutes past the hour of midnight. I am going to pause for a bit. Be right back. We'll take you to the rabbi right after this, and then the mystical one shows up, the scoreboard. We'll be back in just a few cherished moments. Hot mic. Not done yet. Huh? Not done. I just got a hot mic. I'll be back. Hot mic? Yeah, it means my mic is on and the camera is rolling.
Is that you making that noise? Were you making that noise? Huh? Were you making noises back there?
Yeah, I just killed the spider.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, I was wondering.
Okay.
It's getting warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
You used to have a thing where you could look it out. You have a thing there, too.
Just wait for this moment. I know you're good.
It's getting warmer, isn't it?
Yes. I think you look good. Now just hold on a minute. Hold on. Hey folks, welcome back. Had to partake in the restroom, and hope Angie and them are watching. How do you like that, huh? Yep. The mouse hunter, the mouse assassin. Yay. The mouse assassin was wearing her hat that very nice, I'm going to say grandparents got her. Yep. You were wearing the hat. That's right. You sort of wore the hat. Look at that. There you go. There. You look nice. You look silly. No, you look very nice. You look very cute in there. Doesn't she look cute? All right, I'll take the hat off of you. There you go. You're okay. You're okay, sweetheart. Yeah, you just a little. I'll give you your treat when the show is done. Okay? In fact, I'm going to give you your treat right now. We'll give you your treat right now, little one. There you go. There you go. There you go. Eat the treats. All right. Now, I know what you all are saying at this moment. You're saying, hey, it's time for the rabbi. Yes, he is. And like we said, we're going to do the predictions. Rabbi is not with us today. He has had to adjudicate a situation involving two teams in the Vatican Football League, the Sisters of Perpetual Motion going up against the Pope's Disciples, and the Pope's Disciples won 27-28. Not a bad score. But right now, he has sent me his predictions, and we're going to give them to you. He'll be back with us next week. So the 1:00 games: the Lions 3-4 at Minnesota Vikings 2-5. This should be a game the Lions could win. Let's call it the game of survival. After all, we are now in the second half of a very unusual 2020 season. So will Lions come out of this smoking, or do the Vikings still have their number? Well, I'm going to say this. Kind of looks like that hot seat for Matt Patricia and Bobby Quinn is getting to be a bit hotter. Excuse me. There. Hmm. Hmm. Lions to barely squeak a victory out of the Vikings. Lions 20, Vikings 17. The next 1 o'clock game on Fox will be first, of course, Lions Vikings on CBS. Let's do the Fox at 1. Carolina Panthers, Kansas City Chiefs. Rabbi says this is easy. The only difficult thing is predicting the score. Panthers 3-5, Chiefs 7-1. Chiefs to beat the Panthers 36-12. 1 o'clock game on CBS. Ravens 5-2 at the Indianapolis Colts 5-2. The Rabbi says that the Ravens are on a hot streak of victories. Colts, they embarrassed the Lions. Now it looks like probably the Ravens will be embarrassing the Colts. Ravens 28, Colts 15. Our next game on Fox, 1 o'clock, will be the 6-1 Seattle Seahawks at the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. Rabbi says this game might make a person want to convert to the Bills. But nope, Seattle will take it, and they'll dish it out. Seattle 30, Bills 17. The Fox 1 o'clock game, the Chicago Bears 5-3 at the Tennessee Titans 5-2. The Rabbi says the Bears are looking for something probable to happen. Unfortunately, that probability is another shocking loss. Titans are too good to lose this game to the Bears. Titans 31, Bears 20. Our next 1 o'clock game will be on CBS. It is the 3-4 Broncos and the 2-6 Falcons. The Rabbi says the Broncos are coming off what has been a very blasé season, or is that Blaze season? Hope it's blasé season, while the Falcons continue to make some improvements, but not good enough to secure that number 1 draft pick. Broncos 28, Falcons 9. The Houston Texans 1-6 at the 1-6 Jackson Jaguars in the 1 o'clock game on CBS. And the Rabbi says, are you kidding with this? I think we all know who's going to win this game. Houston 24, Jacksonville 3. Giants take on Washington, the 1 o'clock finale on Fox. Giants 1-7, Washington 2-5. Make that 3-5. Washington to defeat the Giants, yes, and if I can ever get my mouth straight, 2010. The late games, 4:05 on Fox. The Las Vegas Raiders 4-3 at the Los Angeles Chargers 2-5. Raiders got penalized by the National Football League and punished big for their COVID-19 stupidity. And the Chargers are the intended victims. That's right. Raiders will teach the NFL a few lessons by beating the Chargers 32-21. The 4:25 CBS game, Miami Dolphins 4-3. The Arizona Cardinals 5-2. The Rabbi says that the Cardinals are looking pretty good, finally, while the Dolphins are playing catch up, but they got nothing to mustard over. Food puns. You know I tolerate them. Arizona Cardinals beat the Dolphins 14-7. 4:25 game on CBS, which has the double dip. Pittsburgh Steelers 7-0, the lone undefeated team for National Football League 2020 season, at the Dallas Cowboys 2-6. The rabbi says the party bus is all but on repo. Steelers to take the Cowboys down and possibly eliminate them from any chance at a playoff. 32-13. The NBC Sunday night game will have, again with these two. Drew Brees versus Tom Brady 2.0 or Part 2. Saints 5-2, Buccaneers 6-2. No matter what, it looks like Tommy Buccaneer is going to come out on top. Except on this Sunday. The breeze is in, and Tommy's going to find out why. Breezes sometimes aren't that friendly. Saints 24, Buccaneers 14. Monday night game, the New England Patriots, desperate, 2-5, going up to against an even more desperate team, the New York Jets, 0-8. Jets are just 5 games away from securing that first round draft choice. They are 9 games away from replacing the Cincinnati Bengals as the worst 0-17 team in NFL history. The Patriots will help them out. They've lost plenty, and they've been embarrassed. They were embarrassed last week. Now it's time for them to embarrass the Jets and get them closer to that first round draft choice and the mountain of tepidity. Patriots 47, Jets 21. And those are the picks from the rabbi. He'll be back with us live on next Saturday night, right here on the Sports Final. And I will tell you, it's going to be great to hear from him. He'll be back on Tuesday for week 10, and we will update because of a few technical issues. We have not yet updated the wins and losses for last week, and we are going to do so and give them to you when we reconvene for the after the first half broadcast at 4:00. So there you go. We keep you honest, and you keep us honest. Okay. That is the football prognosticatables. Let's get you in for a little media bite, or 2 or 3 or 4. And we're going to forget that one. Anyway. Well, for those of you who thought Notre Dame and Clemson was on USA because NBC had to do the Biden speech, but they went back to it. Yay. Wow. There was one gruesome injury during the SEC game. And let's try again. Georgia freshman receiver Marcus Rosemary-Jacksaint scored a touchdown to extend Georgia's lead over the Florida Gators. One of those injuries that might be too much for anyone to even see once, much less multiple times. So if you don't want to see the incident, please don't hit the videos on YouTube or on CBS.com or CBSSports.com. It was, of course, unavoidable. CBS made it even more unavoidable, though, as they showed it multiple times from multiple angles. That was after Brad Nessler, after having seen one replay, suggested it might be wise not to show it again at all. Again, you're going to see a body part end up in a position that is completely unnatural. And since we don't have the rights to it, we'll just leave it at that. After a commercial break, they came back and showed a version which was clearly at least edited in a way to try and cut out the injury as much as possible. Twitter certainly questioned the decision, and so do we. Stuart Mandel said this: "Why is CBS showing multiple replays of a gruesome injury?" Wes McKenzie quoted Nestler, the play by play voice of the SEC on CBS, said, "We probably shouldn't show that again." The producer supposedly said, "Let's show it multiple times and freeze frame it right when his ankle snaps." Uh, Jim Sezak also agreed with the Twitterverse and Brad Nestler. "Yeah, we don't need to see that again. Let's see what the pylon camera view looked like first, though." John McDonald, "Why 4 replays? WTF is wrong with you?" And there are many more too. Obviously, it's not quite as simple as blaming CBS for gratuitous showings. There was, after all, a replay review occurring to see if Rosemary Jackson had broken the plane of the goal before falling down after, well, shattering something in his lower leg. It's a perfect storm, but in this specific case, it would seek most of the audience would have been better served by just letting the replay review take place off screen rather than the various angles of something that bad. This is one time I happen to agree with folks who do the play by play. You didn't need to show it 4, 5, multiple times. Kid's leg was kindling, if you'll excuse the expression. But, well, it is, after all, ratings. Excuse my nose sniffing. And, well, if you are a Texas, West Virginia fan, you're not a fan of President elect Joe Biden and Vice President elect Kamala Harris. Why? Because when the NFL decided to cancel football games out of respect for a situation. In the bit, Cross impersonates a football fan complaining about how, quote, "I know people lost their lives, but pick up a GD football and play. I got all these snacks." Well, there was more than just a current truth to that joke, as complaints about the lack of expected football did bother some folks. The point being, anytime you get between passionate football fans and a beloved team, no matter the importance or the reason, there's going to be some complaining. All of which brings us to Saturday, when every major news organization declared Joe Biden the 46th president of the United States. Sports absolutely take a back seat to that kind of announcement anytime it happens, but the unique situation that caused by the 2020 election meant that we were seeing it come down right in the midst of college football Saturday. While it's easy enough to cut away from ESPN's College Game Day and Fox Sports' Big Noon Kickoff without offending many people, interrupting the actual game was bound to cause some consternation. ABC was broadcasting Saturday's game between the Texas Longhorns and West Virginia Mountaineers in certain markets when the official announcement was made. While it's unclear if they all did, most ABC affiliates stayed with the election coverage rather than turning to the game to cover the national news event. Now, the one example, the local ABC affiliate in Austin, Texas, KVUE, changed back to the game while other affiliates stayed with the election coverage. That was pretty good. Now, for other affiliates, the coverage stayed with ABC News for some time, to the point where they had to add a button to their coverage, letting people know that the UT-WVU game had been moved to ESPN News for the time being. Some people live in an area where fans were left with multiple ways to watch the game in the meantime. Along with ESPN News, they could have turned to Watch ESPN or the ESPN app, the app on their phone to get the broadcast while they waited. But of course, we all know that a lot of local sports fans turned on ABC expecting to see their football team, and when their football team was nowhere to be found, oh, were they not pleased. Lifetime Cowboy said, quote, "Will someone tell ABC News to get the bleep off of the Biden story and return to West Virginia, Texas game?" Brad Hartzell said, "At ABC, can you put the West Virginia, Texas game on? Nobody turned on the channel to watch the crap you're showing." Tits McGee, yes, that's the person's handle. ABC, need more proof the media hates the South? How about dropping the tied Texas West Virginia game to show bloviating news anchors talking to each other about Trump's concession speech? Enough politics. Joe Matthew, ABC, can you please put the West Virginia Texas game on? Sombrero Man, can we please get the election bleep off ABC so I can watch the damn football game? Well, those interested in West Virginia coverage shared their concerns as well. Quote, what are people supposed to do if the West Virginia Texas game is moved off ESPN News but still not being shown on ABC? Moving it where local markets are still interrupting ABC programming leaves fans with no options, said Mike Gosti, who continued to say, I get national networks and their affiliates covering a presidential election win and the oddity of a sitting president disputing results. But the Pittsburgh market has tons of West Virginia University fans. The game should not have been moved off ESPN News if it could not be placed back on ABC. NPIR Spurts said interesting seeing the ABC affiliate in Austin showing West Virginia versus Texas, while most of the rest of the network was on election 2020 coverage. Doubt if WTAE did the same thing. Did any West Virginia ABC stations show the game? Good on KView for showing it being a home market to the Longhorns. And one person, Gary Gale, or Gali, Galle, said this. This is what I think of your political crawler during the Longhorn game at KVUE. The gentleman then has a picture of his HD TV set with some blue tape across the bottom of it where actually the ticker was to be. Now, this might be raising concerns for college football fans for the rest of the day's games, not to mention tomorrow's NFL slate if there is more news to come, but ABC is in a different situation to, say, NBC and Fox. Unlike NBC or Fox, who can send viewers to their cable news sister channel, ABC had to make the choice to maintain their news coverage without any other place to go, hence sending the football game elsewhere. ABC was showing the Cincinnati-Houston game at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, so depending on what kind of speeches or special announcements are ahead, fans of either team may want to familiarize themselves with the location of all the ESPN channels just in case. And there you go on that one. Excuse me. I was sneezing and now I'm sniffling. Boy, this is going to be fun, isn't it? It's 47 minutes past the hour of midnight Eastern. And there. And I think we are complete in our awful announcing stuff. Yes, we are. So let's get back to more headlines. Then we'll have the shout outs and then we'll wrap it all up in a nice little bow or a little bow peep. We'll get you to the scoreboard. Okay, let's go now to the results of AEW's Full Gear, the pay-per-view, which outdid them all. So let's get down to the results. In the All-In, in the pre-show, the NWA Women's World Championship, the champ Serena Deeb versus Allison Kay. Serena Deeb defeated Allison Kay via submission to retain the title. Not bad. AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament Final, Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page. The Sweeper did it again as Kenny Omega defeated Hangman Adam Page with the one winged angel to get the victory. And who's he going to go up against? Who will be the new AEW champion? We'll find out in a few. Right now, Orange Cassidy took on John Vore, number 4 Silver, part of the Dark Order. And Orange Cassidy defeated Silver via pinfall. That was a hot one. The AEW TNT Championship. The champion, Cody, we can now use his full name, Rhodes. Took on the challenger, Darby Allin, in somewhat of a rematch of their first meeting for the championship. And this one went literally just wild. Darby Allin defeated Cody Rhodes via pinfall to win the TNT Championship. That was wild. And the women's title, Hikaru Shida, the champion, took on Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero. And this was very exciting indeed. It could have went either way, but once again, Hikaru Shida defeated Nyla Rose to retain the title. Vicky Guerrero then slapped Nyla Rose. Whoa. Maybe now I have a feeling that Nyla Rose may have a few words Wednesday for Vicky Guerrero. We'll find out Wednesday night at 8 on TNT. The AEW Tag Team Championship, FTR, took care of the Young Bucks. And the Young Bucks have won the title. They defeated FTR via pinfall. Then we had Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in the Elite Deletion match. And Matt Hardy defeated Sammy Guevara via pinfall. Then came MJF versus Chris Jericho. The winner, if MJF wins, he gets to be put in the it's not the winner's circle, is it? No, it's the inner circle. Thank you. MJF wins, he gets to be a member of the inner circle. We all know that MJF is ready to get Chris Jericho out. Let's just say MJF is going to try for a hostile takeover of the inner circle. That's just my feeling. It was back and forth, but the man said he would do anything to defeat Chris Jericho. That included beating Jericho at his own game. MJF defeated Chris Jericho to be a part of the inner circle. And again, I'm saying it's going to be a on Wednesday. I have a feeling Maxwell Jacob Freeman is going to have a hostile takeover of Chris Jericho's group. Stay tuned. Then we had Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston in the I Quit match for the AEW World Championship. And this one went everywhere in the daily place. And even in and out of the ring, it was a bloodbath. Tacks were used, barbed wire was used, and wow. It was just wild. Kenny Omega made his way down to the ring to exchange some pleasantries with Jon Moxley, with Omega defeating Hangman Adam Page earlier in the night to become the number one contender. He'll face Moxley in the near future. It was brutal, and tonight AEW proved they can do some hard rockin' pay-per-views. This was an over-the-top pay-per-view dance of extreme dances. Can't wait for the fallout on Wednesday at 8 on TNT. Okay, we're at 12:54 right now. So, before we go to our scoreboard, we gotta go, excuse me.
Yeah, you should come that talk to
Mom.
what?
Folks, let me just explain what's going on. Uh, long time ago, we had our old TV. We can't show you that because the TV is on. The TV broke, and we had to use my TV. Now, unfortunately, the when they set the cable, they decided that my mom decided not to have them set up the remote controls to take also the TV. So, to put it in more better terms, there's no way you could turn it off or turn down the volume on the TV because the cable or the remote controls just operate the cable box. And I have to remind my mom that several times, like tonight. So we are going to just do one thing, and that is we will, excuse me for a moment. I always turn it to channel. I always turn it to channel 930 to little silence. And we will right now say hello to everybody. And unfortunately, with the time now very limited to us, we'll have to do this very fast. On our Facebook page, we say hello to my mother, Sharon Baxley. We say hello to Uno C. Baxley. We say hello to Angela Peterson, Christina Peterson, Donna Payne, Joseph Ratcliffe, Michael Pickrell, Yvonne Marie, Yuki Tanaka, Anne Marie Mann, Jay the Brain Man, Matthew Nichols, Jerry Nichols, Nancy Nichols. We also say a great big hello to Brenda Dixon, Linda Steele, Sammy Phillips, Sammy O'Neill, Casey Ann, Beth McLeod, Monica Cram, Gary Cram. We also say howdy hi to Tyke Prado, Mark Boone, Godfather, Hilda Clark Bowen, Etan G, the Jewish rapper, Mark Wilson, Claire Flannery, Peggy Ann Bies, Rick Ciampa, Stephen Rivera, Kika Backman Tech, Bobby Strauss, Brian McFeeters, Regal Flores, Joseph Yusuf Diaz, Danielle Wilcox Grives, Kari Bodell, Susan M. Harold Bickford, Phil Monahan, referee Russ Kibble, Jacqueline Fleming, Sarah Chavez. We also say hello to Brenda Gaminsky, Stephen Michael Gaminsky, Michael Gaminsky, and we also say hi to January J. Keaton, Brenda Dixon, and all my friends on Facebook. We say hello to my friends on Twitter and hello to my friends on the gram. We have about 3 minutes left. So you know what time it is for here on a live show. That means we got to go to the scoreboard. And believe me, folks, we do have a scoreboard. And by the way, don't forget, after the first half, as you know, that's the broadcast we do at 4 o'clock. When we review the 1 o'clock games and give you at least a look at the 4:05, 4:25, and the Sunday and Monday night games. So we hope you'll tune in 4 o'clock till about 4:15 or 4:30, depending on everything and anything. Right now, we got you with the scoreboard, and then we will disappear before your very eyeballs and hit the sheets. So here we go, and tomorrow we'll try to make sense out of this whole day. But we are now on a Sunday, about an hour into Sunday, the 8th of November. Let's take you now to soccer. In the Premier League, Manchester United over Everton 3-1. Crystal Palace a 4-1 winner over Leeds. Chelsea a 4-1 winner over Sheffield United. West Ham a 1-0 winner over Fulham. In das Bundesliga, it was Hertha Berlin over Augsburg 3-0. Mainz and Schalke tied at 2. Leipzig a 3-0 winner over Freiburg. Stuttgart and Eintracht Frankfurt tied at 2. Union Berlin, a 5-love game over Arminia Bielefeld. Bayern Munich over Dortmund, 3-2. In Italy, Series A, Cagliari over Sampdoria, 2-0. Pisa over Benevento, 3-0. And Parma and Fiorentina tied at Goose Eggs. In La Liga, Huesca and Eibar tied at 1. Barcelona over Betis, 5-2. Seville over Osasuna, 1-0. And Athletic Madrid defeated Cadiz, 4-0. In basketball, in Italy, Trento over Sassari, 92-78. Brindisi over Virtus Bologna, 98-88. Treviso over Fortitudo Bologna, 98-87. In Espanol, Gran Canaria over Murcia, 78-74. Vasconia over Bilbao, 82-68. Czech Republic hockey, the Extra Liga, Sparta Prague over Pardubice, 7-1. Plzeň over Litvinov, 4-1. Karlovy Vary over Cesc Bujovic, 5-4. And after overtime, it was Trenek over Kometa Brno, 4-3. All right. In Japan, the Hanshin Tigers blanked the Hiroshima Carp 2-0. 2-6-0 for the Tigers. 0-4-0 for the Carp. Nakamura for the Hiroshima Carp gets a loss. He's 3-4. Akiyama gets the win for the Tigers. 11-3 is his record. Rakuten Golden Eagles and Cebu Lions win extra innings, and they couldn't solve it. They ended up in a tie, 6-6, 6-7-2 for the Eagles, 6-12-0 for the Lions. No winner, no loser. Chiba Lottie Marines over the York Buffaloes, 4-3, 4-7-1 for the Marines, 3-7-0 for the Buffalo. Futaki gets the win for the Marines. 9-3 is the record. Sakabera gets a loss. He's 1-4. The Omori Giants beat the Akut Swallows 6-2. 6-11-0 for the Giants, 2-7-0 for the Swallows. Imamura for the Giants gets a win. He's 5-2. Ogawa for the Swallows gets a loss. He's 10-8. Games that are in progress include the Chiba Lottie Marines over the Cebu Lions, 3-2. In the sixth, in the fourth, it is the Omori Giants blanking the Akut Swallows 3-0. Hiroshima Carp and Hansen Tigers, well, they got postponed. That is, ladies and gentlemen, the scoreboard for tonight. And that means we're done for tonight. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, for after the first half. Let's try again. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern time, for our continuing look at the National Football League's 1 o'clock games on after the first half, and we'll be on the air following Sunday Night Football with another wild and wacky edition of the Steve BAXLEY Sports Final. I'm Steve BAXLEY. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry for a rough start and the equally rough finish, but it's a Saturday. It's now a Sunday. So we're going to enjoy our morning. You folks on the West Coast, enjoy your night. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Sports Network and L2C Sports. And for everybody here on the Sports Finals, Steve the Baxman BAXLEY always saying, may your favorite teams always be winners. Good night, America, wherever and whomever you may be. We'll see you tomorrow, 4 o'clock for after the first half, and then right after Sunday Night Football. Good night, everybody.